the direct object pronoun replaces the COD. I'll give you an example. Bonjour, bonjour! I'm Kashi and this is Let Us Learn French, where we make French a little bit easier and a lot less confusing. Today, we talk about object pronouns, more specifically, direct object pronouns. Last week, we talked about subject pronouns and subject pronouns do the action. Today, we talk about object pronouns and those receive the action. So the object pronoun receives the action. In English, the direct object pronouns are me, you, him, her, it, us, you as you all, and them. And in French, they are me or M apostrophe, te ou T apostrophe, le, la ou L apostrophe, nous, vous, and les. So basically, the direct object pronouns replaces the COD. COD, complément d'objet direct. If you don't know what a COD is, watch this video up here or in the description below. It goes into a lot more detail about what a COD and a COI, complément d'objet indirect, are, and those are very important concepts in French, so make sure to watch that video if you haven't already. But if you have, or if you know what a COD is, the direct object pronoun replaces the COD. I'll give you an example. Je veux lire le livre. I want to read the book. In that sentence, the COD is le livre. And instead of saying I want to read the book, you could say I want to read it. Similarly, in French, instead of saying je veux lire le livre, you could say je veux le lire. So le replaces the COD, which was le livre. Why did we use le instead of the other direct object pronouns that we talked about? Well, basically because it means it, and it is le, la, ou L apostrophe. If I was talking about you, for example, I want to meet you, then I would use te. Je veux te rencontrer. But here I'm using I want to read it, and it is le, la, ou L apostrophe. Now, when do we use le, when do we use la, and when do we use L apostrophe? Basically, le ou la, it's pretty easy. When it's masculine, we use le. When it's feminine, we use la. We say un livre, so we said le lire. If I were talking about something feminine, for example, je veux manger la pomme, une pomme, I would say je veux la manger. Now, for L apostrophe, if the verb that we're talking about starts with a vowel, so for example, if I were to say je veux abattre l'arbre, je veux l'abattre, abattre starts with a vowel, so whether arbre, tree, is masculine or if it was feminine, then we would use L apostrophe because the verb abattre starts with a vowel. So basically, le plus a verb starting with a vowel or la plus a verb starting with a vowel, it makes L apostrophe and the verb. Another example with livre is je veux l'acheter. Je veux acheter le livre, je veux l'acheter. So in this case, even though we're still talking about the same book, but here instead of lire, we have the verb acheter, so we use L apostrophe. And it's the same for me or you. We said we could use me or M apostrophe and te and T apostrophe. It's the same thing. If the verb starts with a vowel, then we would use M apostrophe or T apostrophe. But for nous, vous, les, there's only one option. So whether the verb starts with a vowel or consonant, it stays like this. Now, where to place the direct object pronoun in the sentence? Because if you noticed, in French, we said je veux le lire. But in English, we said I want to read it. So in English, it's after the verb. I want to read it. But in French, it was before. Je veux le lire. So the rule is that in French, it's usually placed before the verb. In most cases, it's placed before the verb, just before the verb actually. And that verb could be in the infinitive, like we said here, je veux le lire, or it could be a conjugated verb, je le lis. But if we're giving someone an affirmative command, so if we're telling someone to do something, in that case, and only in that case, does it come after the verb. And it's just after the verb and separated by a hyphen. Also, in that case, me becomes moi and te becomes toi. For example, regarde-moi, look at me. So that's a command. But if it was a command in the negative form, for example, do not look at me, then that would be ne me regarde pas. Regarde-moi, ne me regarde pas. So I hope that this video made sense and you got value out of it. I know that it might not be obvious or it might not click right away, but with some practice, you'll get better at it. So to help you get more practice, I've prepared a document with a summary of what we talked about today, and more importantly, with some examples. So there are actually fill-in-the-blank exercises that you can do to practice, and obviously I have the answers at the end, but make sure to do the exercises on your own first to know exactly where the problem lies if you still have some confusion with it or some trouble, and then you can look at the answers which are at the end of the document. So make sure to grab that document. Again, it's in the description below and it's completely free. So don't wait, grab yours today and start practicing, and the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Also, if you're an A1 level student, so basically if you're a beginner in French, join the waitlist for my course or coaching program, and the link is in the description below. Those who are on the waitlist will get a special discount once it's launched. So make sure to put your name below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you never miss a video from us. And share this video with your family and friends who also want to learn French. As a thank you, here are 2 other videos for you. Enjoy! Thank you so much for watching until the end. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next Sunday. Take care.